Hi, very warm welcome. We are talking Lord of the Rings of Power Season 2. Of course, with us is super talented cast and the director, Charlotte. A very warm welcome to NDTV. Start with Charlotte. This season has a all-female slate of directors. How did your collaboration, shape up the kind of series that we are seeing, the kind of output that we have? Really?
It's important to collaborate because you to follow the characters. And that's the most important, is that they may all make sense. So you need to be in touch all the time to discuss it. But and then I was part of season 1, so I could share a bit of my experience from season 1 with the directors. But the look, the visuals, what we wanted looking for. And I prepared a lot with the showrunners too to find the look of season 2 because we wanted it to go darker, different, stronger, more dramatic. So we tried to find that sort of look, darker look, and wanted every world to have its own personality, its own character, its own color. So those are moments and things you need to share with other directors.
I was just going to come to that. This is a very big series, and of course, characters have their own complexities.
Yeah.
How did you keep that in mind of giving each character, the kind of shape that they deserve? A lot of hard work, of course, is the short answer.
I would say just preparation. You look for that, just research, you read it, you speak to the actors. They all also know their characters. They come up with a lot of ideas.
We'll talk about yours. Yours is a very complex character. There's a kind of duality. There's, of course, you see aggressiveness as well. How did you prepare and go into the role?
Obviously the preparation starts from just when you're cast, because already you're starting to sort of consume and mine as much as you can that was already established by Tolkien himself. Both of our characters are in the lore, so we have the benefit of what he sort of, created. But then where there are gaps, where there's room to interpret or add your own sense of experience, I think that's when it gets really exciting because you feel like you can really sort of fuse the intention of the author with our intentions for Rings of Power, with my own desires for how I want this character to come across. I feel like I'm still learning about her because she is changing. She is evolving through these various circumstances. And season 2, she's put through the ringer. She's starting from a very, very low place. And I think what was interesting for me, especially to start season 2, the beginning of season 2, it's the death of the king. It's the, presumed transition of power. And it's tricky because really, initially, it's about her grief and the grief of Numenor and the grief of this island nation. So it's hard when that's where you're starting from.
Right.
But that, you with care and consideration, I wanted to navigate her through all the challenges she was going to face because I know that the audience was deeply invested in her fate.
Right.
And so, it's a great sort of meaty role to get to inhabit.
And which personal trait of yours did you put in your character?
I think...
As you said, you've added a lot of your personal experience.
It's been an all-round badass.
I took my crown from the shelf in my bookcase. It's hard because, I think what's interesting, oftentimes we get asked these questions, and I think there's that something that you want to preserve for yourself. You don't want to reveal all the specifics of your real life, your real thoughts and feelings. But for me, it always feels like this safe space to sort of put a lot of my, real world thoughts and feelings into. So, there's a lot of me in there if you know me well, if you know where to look. But I think it's good to also preserve some of that for yourself and not necessarily give it all the way. And ultimately, it is Miriel's journey. I want the audience to see her journey, not necessarily Cynthia's.
Your character has also a lot of ambitions and is politically savvy. Mm-hmm. Did you put any of your personal experiences, traits into it?
Listen, we're all...
That's him.
We're all
says
trying...
It's all you.
It's all... We're all trying to navigate life, do you know what I mean? Without bumping into the furniture. So, I guess, you just... you do what you've got to do, really. It's a game of survival, just as life is for everybody. I guess, it's all you, just one foot in front of the other, and just be aware of your surroundings with this one and maybe capitalise on anything that she does wrong, anything that goes wrong, just be there ready to pounce, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Quick one from you. You've shot the last season as well. It was shot in New Zealand. This time it's in the UK. What's one starking difference that you felt while filming?
It was a transportation between set and my house, because in New Zealand it takes 20 minutes to go to work in the morning because everything is closed in Auckland, and in London it's like an hour and a half because of traffic, because everything is further away.
So maybe there were logistical issues.
There was a lot of logistics, but otherwise I think it was. Then we had access to the woods in England, and those were enormous. And also the fact to be able to go outside of the country, to go to Canary Islands, made a big difference, because during New Zealand we were actually stuck there. There was the pandemic, so we couldn't really leave. So we have a lot of very beautiful landscapes, but now it's more varied maybe.
Lovely. Thank you. Thanks a lot for this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Quickly do this.